What's good, y'all? What's the numbers TV? It's your boy Paul Rowe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like a video if you appreciate the content that Paul Rowe and What's the Numbers I providing. Today we back with another profile piece. This one is on Cory Taylor, who according to the feds is a well-known marijuana dealer in the state of Massachusetts. In this video we're going to take a look at his multiple arrests where he'll be busted with hundreds of pounds of weed on different occasions over the years, dating back to 2010. Then we will take a look at Cory's infatuation with sports cars, which will be brought to light during his latest run-in with the law, in which over 50 of Cory's cars will be confiscated. And lastly, we will discuss the situation that currently has Cory on the run and a fugitive from justice. Cory Taylor is from Western Massachusetts, and since 2008 he's been called a high-level marijuana dealer by the feds. One of his first major run-ins with the law will be in September 2011, when he was arrested in California with 120 pounds of weed. Taylor would do some time in California, then be transferred back to Mass and released on probation. From there, it wouldn't take long for Taylor to pop back up on the radar of the local authorities when they received information from a snitch that Taylor was back in Mass selling marijuana on a major level. Eventually, the police would start conducting surveillance on an old firehouse in Holyoke, Mass. Taylor had bought the firehouse in 2010 and started to make luxurious renovations inside that you couldn't see from looking at the outside of the building. First, there was the $100,000 kitchen remodeling job, equipped with a walk-in freezer. Then a personal gym was built inside, along with a state-of-the-art security system equipped with cameras to watch over everything. Over the years, the firehouse would keep coming up anytime something involving Cory Taylor would take place. Like the time in 2013 when someone tried to rob him as he pulled into the garage of the firehouse. Taylor would fight off the home invasion and wrestle the gun away from the unknown robber, discharging the gun in the process. After the attempted home invasion at his residence, things would go back to being somewhat normal for Taylor. No new arrests for a few years, but every now and then a new informant would give up information on Taylor or the firehouse to the police. Though mostly hearsay, the snitches would talk about seeing Taylor with large amounts of marijuana and money at the firehouse. But even with that information, and also conducting their own state and federal investigations on Taylor, the authorities couldn't get him on no major charges until August of 2020. That's when Taylor was arrested after being caught driving a van filled with 138 pounds of weed. He would speak with the cops, not snitching on anybody but himself basically. He admits that the weed is his and consents to certain searches of his residences, and admits that guns are inside. But somehow before the search of the firehouse, Taylor is able to bail out for $2,000 on the weed charges. He leaves the courthouse on foot and hasn't been seen since. When the police would finally gain access to the firehouse, what they found would shock a lot of people in the community who passed the old looking firehouse every day. Inside was 8 exotic high-end BMWs, as well as 24 guns, ammunition, several $1 million in cash, and over 50 pounds of marijuana hidden in a built-in safe. But when Taylor fails to show up for his arraignment 3 days later, the cops realize at that moment he's currently gone with the wind and a fugitive from justice. But yo, it's What's the Numbers TV is a quick profile piece on Cory Taylor out of Massachusetts. They say he's one of the biggest bud dealers out there. Now, one piece I left out real quick was before he went to his the firehouse to go search that, he first gave him an address that he lived with his mom's. They go to his mom's house. He lives on a couple acres, got a whole bunch of buildings on her property. They search his mom's property. They give back any guns and stuff that they found that was registered to her. So maybe that bought him a little time, but they ended up finding out about the different investigations that was going on. So they spoke to the arresting officer, let him know about the firehouse. That's when they end up trying to get the warrant for the firehouse. But in that time, maybe because he gave him a different address, it gave him enough time to be processed and then bailed out on the other weed charge. Now, weed is legal in Mass, from my understanding. In Massachusetts, weed is legal. Maybe that's why he was able to bail out on 138 pounds. I'm not sure. Who knows? But he didn't really have nobody to tell on. He's giving them a little bogus story. He's basically telling them the whole situation as far as like his dealings, his operation, and then he bails out. Once he bails out, they say he just walks off from the courthouse on foot, didn't even pick up his property or nothing, and just hasn't been seen since. So we don't know where he's at right now. He's basically in the wind. You know what I'm saying? It's all over some weed, some money. He left $5 million in the firehouse because they had already had the firehouse surrounded where nobody could go in. So he probably knew the money was there, the guns was there. He just broke out. He left five M's there: the weed, the money. The weed and the guns. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure he wasn't trying to leave those millions of dollars cash. So that shows you he just got up out of there. He knew it was a wrap. He knew they was gonna rearrest him probably once they went inside the firehouse. So he got low. Now, But like I said, man, it's a quick profile piece on Cory Taylor. Hope you guys appreciate this content. It's something new, something different as far as like not somebody y'all know about. Nobody really knows this story. This is a What's the Numbers TV exclusive. Shout out to all my viewers in Massachusetts, for real. Appreciate the support. Y'all always on my top 5 to top 7 as far as one of the states that view my content. So shout out to y'all. But yo, it's What's the Numbers TV. Make sure y'all go check out the members only story times, the exclusive first content we got up there, exclusively the members only and story time. Also, I got the Instagram follow up, about to hit 500 followers over there. I got the email for any business. Holler at me if we got some business, we got some money to make together. Let me know. Also, I got the Patreon. You guys can become a member over there. And other than that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're about to hit 36,000 subs. Appreciate every one of y'all. And like I said, if you don't do nothing else, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, What's the Numbers TV. It's your boy, Paul Rowe. We appreciate you viewing. Appreciate the content. If y'all appreciate the content, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. We back before you know it, man. We out of here. Peace.